Hello, Paula Daniele from Crochet Hooks You here, and today I'll show you how to crochet a crochet star for beginners. And this is what they look like, and you can use any yarn and the recommended crochet hook size for that particular yarn. And today I'll be using a medium worsted weight yarn with a 5mm or H hook, known in the US, and this is a category 4 yarn, but like I said, if you have any other yarn that you want to use with the recommended hook size, then go ahead to do that. Now you'll need your scissors and a yarn needle. So we'll start off the pattern by making a slip knot. Pop your hook into the slip knot and pull down. And we'll start with chain 5. So 5 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll do a slip stitch into the first chain stitch under both loops with one loop at the back. Move your yarn end across and we're going to make the slip stitch to form a ring. Now we'll be working over this yarn end as we go, and we'll hold it at the back of that side of the ring here so that we don't need to sew it in later. So we'll start off with round 1 as doing a chain 1, so make 1 chain stitch, and then we'll be doing 10 single crochet stitches into this ring with that yarn end over the hook with each stitch as you go. There's 1 single crochet stitch, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to join into the first single crochet stitch we made here, and you can see it's the first one because there's a V on the top there, and there's the 2 lines there from the stitch. So we're going to insert our hook into that first single crochet and make a slip stitch to join this round. And that's the end of round 1. You can pull on your yarn end there just to tighten the center. And for round 2, we'll start off with a chain 1, so making 1 chain stitch, and then we'll do 1 single crochet into the same stitch here as the chain 1, so in under here. Make a single crochet stitch there. Moving into the next stitch, we'll do 2 single crochet stitches into the same stitch. There's 1, and into the same stitch, 2, into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, into the next stitch, 2 single crochet stitches. There's 1 and 2, into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, into the next stitch, 2 single crochet stitches. There's 1 and 2, into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, into the next stitch, 2, there's 1 and 2, into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, into the next stitch, 2 single crochet stitches. There's our first one, and there's our second one. Now we'll be joining into the first single crochet stitch here by making a slip stitch. To join the round, and that ends round 2. Now we'll be starting off by making the star tips. So I'll just bring this one across here. We're going to start off by making these now, because we've done the 2 rounds in the middle. So we'll chain 5, make 5 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should look like this. Now we'll be working on that chain that we've just made and into the second chain stitch here from the hook. There's the first, there's the second. We'll be doing a single crochet into that second chain. There's 1 single crochet stitch, and I'll just get the star again so you can see it's making the top of the star with that single crochet stitch. Moving into the next chain stitch with a half double crochet stitch. Moving into the next chain stitch, we'll do a double crochet stitch. and into the last chain stitch here we'll do a triple crochet. So wrap the yarn over the hook twice, insert the hook into the chain stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through 2 loops, and that you've just done a triple crochet. And as you can see, the tip of the star starts with the smaller and then they get taller, the taller stitches. So it goes from single to half double crochet to double crochet to triple crochet, so it gets smaller to wider, and that's how the tip is made. Now if you pull up you can see where you've crocheted into on the center there. Now we're going to skip this one, skip that one, and do a slip stitch into the third one across on the center of the star. So make a slip stitch, and that stabilizes that tip of the star. Now we'll make the next one. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do exactly the same as what we did here. So we'll repeat that now. So it's a single crochet into the second chain, then into the next chain stitch, a half double crochet stitch, into the next chain, a double crochet stitch, into the next chain, a triple crochet, now we come back down to our center here, just pull that up, see where you've stitched into already, and then skip that next one and that one, and we'll slip stitch into the third one across. And that secures the tip of that one there. Now we'll do the next one. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Working back down along the chain here into the second chain stitch with a single crochet. Into the next chain stitch we'll do a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, a double crochet. Into the next stitch, a triple crochet. Now we just pull up on the center there. We can see we've crocheted into that one there, so we need to skip, skip, slip stitch in this one, the third one across. Now we have 3 tips. Let's move on to the next one with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. Now we'll do a half double crochet into the next chain stitch. Into the next chain stitch we'll do a double crochet. Into the next chain stitch, a triple crochet. Pull that up, we can see we've crocheted into that stitch there, so we need to skip this one and that one, and then slip stitch into the third one across. And don't worry if they curl up, it's just because we're crocheting and you've got it curled in your hand. You can flatten it out later. Let's make the next one, and it'll be the last tip. Let's see, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we've done 4. We chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second chain, we do a single crochet stitch. Into the next chain, a half double crochet stitch. Into the next chain, a double crochet stitch. Into the next chain, a triple crochet stitch. Now we see where we are on the center here. We've done our stitches into that one, so we skip, skip, slip stitch into the third one across. And there we go. Now you'll need your scissors now, and we're going to leave, I don't know, 15 to 20 centimeters, and cut your yarn. And finish off. Now, you can put your crochet hook aside, we don't need that now. And we're finished with the ball of yarn. Now we need our yarn needle. And where we've just finished off, we're just going to turn that over, turn the star over, so that's the back side. And we're just threading the yarn through the needle. Sometimes you might have to give it a twirl to get it through the eye of the needle. That did the trick. Now, where you've done your knot there, just take it down, take the needle down into the middle of the next stitch there. And then we're going to just take it down through the back of the stitches, like that. Pull that through. And then you can trim that one off. Just make sure you get the right one. Now you don't take this off your yarn needle yet, because this is what I use as the loop for the hanging loop. You don't need to do this if you don't want to, but I'll just show you how I do it anyway. So find the top of the star, so you've got two facing downwards, so two little legs, two little arms, and here's his head. So we're just going to find that top loop there, bring it through, take your needle off, and then grab these two ends, tie a knot, and then we're going to give that a little trim up the top there to make it look nice and neat. And I trim it pretty close. It just looks nicer that way. So that's the hanging loop done. Now with the center yarn end, just thread that through. Thread it through your yarn needle if you can get it through. There we go. And then we're just going to sew that into the center in the back of the star and pull the center tight. Then you can trim that off. So that's how you crochet a star for beginners.